Don't lose your Social Security disability claim. Understanding what you need to prove in your case can reduce your stress. Now, I understand that applying for Social Security disability benefits can be hard, it can be stressful if you don't understand what it is that you need to prove or the claims process. Just because your employer terminated you or just because your doctor said that you can't work doesn't mean you're going to get your Social Security disability benefits or you're going to get them anytime soon. You need to understand the 5-step sequential evaluation that's used in every case. And the first question they're going to ask is basically a question of whether or not you have a condition that's severe. And that means that it's a condition that's going to last at least a year, has lasted a year, or will result in your death. The second question they're going to ask is basically whether this is a temporary condition or permanent condition. And they're going to be asking questions by looking at your medical records to see what they think about the nature of your medical condition. So is it a severe impairment and one that's going to meet the time requirements? At step 3, they're going to ask whether or not your medical records establish that you meet a medical listing. And there's a big book called The Listing of Impairments. That impairment guide is a book that has listings by medical conditions, by body system, and you have to meet every element of that listing to be entitled to your benefits. Now, there are some medical conditions like fibromyalgia that don't even have listings. So more often than not, because doctors didn't go to medical school to learn how to write a report for Social Security purposes, we go to steps 4 and 5. At steps 4 and 5, the issue is, what are your functional restrictions and limitations? What's your capacity for work? And from a vocational standpoint, their issue is at step 4 is, can you go back to the lightest job you held in 15 years before you became disabled? It's called past relevant work. If you can't, then the analysis moves on to step 5, which is where all these cases are really won and lost. The question is there other work you can do in the mythical, not real world national economy in view of your age, education, skills, and those restrictions and limitations? If you're over age 50, it can be easier to get those benefits. But you can see that these are 5 things you need to prove, and you have to prove them at the initial application stage, if your benefits aren't awarded, at the request for reconsideration stage, and at the hearing stage. So understanding these basics hopefully will give you a peace of mind and reduce your stress. If you have any questions about your entitlement to Social Security disability benefits, call me today at 727-894-3188 for a complimentary consultation.